now, seeing them in 5th grade and watching them grow and even getting to coach some.
y esté pegados al micrófono. Okay. ¿Ya empezamos? ¿Se lo pone, por favor? ¿Ya empezamos? A ver si empezó. Vámonos. Then you start.
Are we good? Okay. He's on Zoom. Yeah. I think she's moving her daughter into school or somewhere. Good evening. This meeting is now convened at 5:03 p.m. I would like to ask everyone to please silence all cell phones. A quorum of the board members is present in the auditorium. Board Vice President Angela Lamont Flowers will be joining us live via Zoom. Any public officials in the audience that are in the audience? I know we have State Representative Christina Morales, Maria Benzon, Placidio Gomez, Michael McDonough, Savant Moore, and Danny Hernandez. So welcome. Good evening. This meeting is now convened at 5:03 p.m. I would like to ask everyone to please silence all officer training.
Empezamos la junta, 5:03 de la tarde. Por favor, silencien los teléfonos celulares y recuerden, todos los que están presentes, tenemos a Lamont Flowers que nos acompaña por vía Zoom. Los oficiales públicos en la audiencia, por favor, pónganse de pie para reconocerlos. También tenemos a la representante Cristina Morales, Pinzón, Placidio Gómez, Michael McDonough, Samat Mori y Dani Hernández. Gracias. Bienvenidos. ¿Alguien más? Muy bien. Ahora nos acompaña un miembro del cuerpo de juveniles Tolida, también Jeanette Lanza-Gilder, y también tenemos a la persona que va a dar la juramentación. Gracias, presidente. Aisel de los Santos es junior en la secundaria Chávez y ha estado en liderazgo y también en el programa del ejército RETC. Y él es oficial y él fue cadete del año y también estuvo en el consejo de liderazgo y también ha dado horas y horas de servicio comunitario. Después de graduarse quiere unirse a la Fuerza Aérea. Y como miembro de RATC quiere desarrollar liderazgo, carácter, ciudadanía y el compromiso para servir a la comunidad y a la escuela. Por favor, de los Santos.
Thank you, Cadet de los Santos.
Por favor, permanezcan parados para los honores a la bandera.
Karen Duffy, who is an HISD parent. Yes. Karen is an HISD parent and former member of the District Advisory Council and active community volunteer. She began her career as a classroom teacher and is committed to supporting our efforts to improve outcomes for children.
Gracias. Gracias, cadete de los Santos. Ahora nos gustaría extender una bienvenida calurosa a la persona que está trabajando por primera vez esta tarde, Karen Duffy. Es una madre de HISD del distrito escolar. Carrie es padre de HISD y parte del consejo y voluntaria, y empezó su carrera como maestra de clase y ha hecho los esfuerzos para mejorar los resultados de los niños como miembro del consejo. Gracias por estar aquí. También quiero agradecer a la predecesora de Duffy, Michelle Cruz Arnold. Quiero pedirle a ella y al secretario Power Mandel que pasen al estrado para que puedan presentar un
You have the floor if you want. There you go.
Thank you. I just typed. Stepping into this role 3 years ago, my goal was time and energy to support our district through a critical and unprecedented chapter. And I am deeply grateful for the privilege it has been to serve students and families of Houston. To my fellow board members, including previous board members Audrey Momanai, Cassandra Bandy, Adam Ravon, and Rolando Martinez, thank you for your unwavering partnership and friendship. To the superintendent and administrative team, thank you for your leadership and your daily commitment to the operational growth of our schools and the continued success of our students, including my own child. To the community, thank you for your patience as we navigated uncharted waters together, for your fierce advocacy, for your children, and for your partnership. On a personal note, this journey has been profoundly humbling for me. This experience has challenged me, pushed me, and ultimately facilitated immense professional and personal growth. Because we never serve in roles like this alone, I'd like to thank my family, my son and my husband, and my dear friends for their endless support throughout these last 3 years. Their support has been meaningful and sustaining. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Don't be a stranger. And you can stay for the whole meeting if you like. It might be different from there. Okay, I would like to take a point of privilege to move our recognitions to the beginning of the meeting. Mr. Miles, you have the floor.
And I'd like to call Naja Calendar up.
Good evening. Hi. Thank you so much for bringing up the recognitions a little early. When you guys hear who we're recognizing, you'll understand why. My name's Naja Calendar, and I serve as the Deputy Chief of Family and Community Partnerships here in HISD. And before we get started with recognitions, I do want to take a pause and honor the life and the extraordinary legacy of Principal Jesse Woods, Jr., a dedicated educator and leader who gave 44 years of service to the students, families, and communities in HISD. Principal Woods began his career in 1977, serving as a classroom teacher, an assistant principal, and ultimately as a principal. In 2001, Principal Woods was named principal of Burris Elementary School in Houston's historic Independent Heights community, where he served for over 20 years. On behalf of HISD, we want to extend our heartfelt condolences to Principal Woods' family, friends, former colleagues, students, and everyone who was touched by his life and his service. This month, we are recognizing the heroes of the first day of school. The thousands of HISD program employees who work tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that our students and families have a strong start to the school year. We hear a lot about our teachers, we hear a lot about our students. Today, we're gonna talk about all the people working behind the scenes. They're preparing safe, clean, and welcoming campuses and ensuring our students arrive safely, felt cared for, and were ready to learn. These dedicated teams demonstrated tremendous professionalism, commitment, and attention to detail. Their work made the first day possible and set the tone for a successful year across the district. So we would like to recognize today our school nurses who support students and families by providing essential care throughout the school day, even before the first day of school. Our nurses are on site, helping families ensure students had required vaccinations and were ready for a healthy start in the year. Our HISD facilities maintenance operations team, which include our custodial staff members, their technicians, and other critical teams have worked around the clock to prepare our school buildings back, to welcome students and staff back. We would like to especially acknowledge the members of FMO who have more than 40 years of service to the district. Mr. Carl Deason has 49 years in the district. Minnie White has 47 years. Vicente Otenvernos, 46 years. Willie McDermott, 42 years. John Perry, 41 years. And Mr. John Perkins has 40 years in the district. We're also acknowledging our bus drivers. They're often the first HISD employees our students see every morning. They get our students to school safely and help them start their day on the right foot. We'd like to take a moment and acknowledge some of the outstanding members of our transportation team. Ms. Dina Orleana, a bus driver who is willing to assist wherever needed, supports the entire team with a positive attitude and dependability that makes a meaningful difference every day. Carvette Ganius, a coordinator who led by example and ensured his team had the necessary support to succeed. And we would also like to acknowledge all of our crossing guards who are outside from the very beginning, helping students and families safely reach our campuses. Then last but not least, our nutrition services team. Our nutrition services teams make sure students have the meals and nourishment they need to focus on learning. We'd like to highlight a few members of that important team. Ms. Elvira Acuna, a team lead at Hartman Middle School, who created a family-friendly environment on campus, which led to increase in her meal participation. Ms. Takira Jenkins, a team lead at Poe Elementary School, who has successfully turned the campus cafeteria operations around with an emphasis on food safety, proper training, and direct support of her team. And then Ms. Elizabeth Rojas, a team lead at Osborne Elementary, who stepped in to support Wesley Elementary School for several months last year. She led in both campus operations and constantly demonstrated a strong work ethic. So we also have a number of our distinguished nurses here. I'm gonna ask everybody who is being honored. These folks were nominated by their teams and by their leadership, so I'd like to ask all of them to stand so that we can appreciate them. So let's take a look at our first day of school video.
We invested in our kids. Critical thinking, information literacy, problem solving, decision making. Those are part of getting them ready for the year 2035.
Yes, Yes, I think I'm more excited than the parents about the kids being here today. I've missed them all over the summer, and just to see how they've grown and developed just over the short summer, and just having an opportunity to pour into them and ensure they get the best education possible.
And they show that they are making waves, they're truly successful. That is just what gets my heart pumping, and it just drives me to make sure that the students are doing their very, very best.
Y yo sé que voy a tener un año muy exitoso con mis estudiantes.
Él está bien feliz. Lo traje para que la viera y dijo, oh my God, Ma, está big, a mí me gusta.
We have 181 student-teacher contact days. Every day matters for us. So when I see teachers teaching and kids learning on the first day, that's the way it should be. That's what I saw today. So your child will get the best instruction possible, and they're going to get the camaraderie, the relationship building, all at the same time.
We got this. Happy school year.
Okay, we'll now hear from public officials and speakers who identify themselves as HISD students or parents. Please note that Spanish live captioning is available for those viewing the meeting via live stream, and live Spanish interpretation is available in person in the auditorium. Public comment during school board meetings will only be available to those persons who have signed up to speak prior to the meeting time per current protocol. Verbal and other disruptions by persons during the school board meetings are not acceptable, as they inhibit the board's ability to conduct business and the public's ability to observe those processes. Anyone who participates in such behavior will be given one warning, and if the behavior is repeated, they'll be asked to leave the meeting. We have 62 registered speakers who will be limited to 1 minute each per board policy, as we have more than 30 people signed up to address the board tonight.